This is the second example for adding rational expressions. In this case, we're going to be subtracting, same premise. So always, very first and foremost, we want to take our denominators, we want to factor those as much as we can. So I have x over x squared plus 5x plus 6. I want to multiply to get positive 6, add to get positive 5, and that'll be x plus 3 and x plus 2, minus, and then 2 over x squared plus 3x plus 2. I'm going to multiply to get positive 2, add to get 3, so that will be x plus 2 times x plus 1. So I have both of my denominators factored. So now I'm going to look and I'm going to see what my LCM is of each one of those. So automatically, this tells me that I at least need x plus 3, x plus 2. So I at least have to write down that for my LCM. I'm going to have two separate pieces here. So that's going to be x plus 3, x plus 2 at least. Over here, same idea, x plus 3, x plus 2. And then I have to see anything new that I pick up over here. Well, I already had 1 x plus 2, so I don't have anything new with my second fraction there. But the new thing I do pick up is I pick up this x plus 1. So my LCM has got to be the product of those three, which I'm going to keep written as a product. X plus 3, x plus 2, x plus 1. Any order, it's multiplication, so it doesn't matter which order you write them in. So now that I have my LCM, I need to build each one of my fractions to have that denominator. My first fraction here already has the x plus 3 and the x plus 2. I'm just missing the x plus 1, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by what I'm missing, which is my x plus 1. And so again, you need to get you some different colors maybe to help you do this, then do that. So the denominator I'm just going to write down because I'm writing it as a product. My numerator is what I want to actually multiply out. So what I actually want to do, I'm going to do it up here in the corner in red, is I want to take and I want to multiply x times x plus 1. I want to multiply my numerators out. Because order operations tells you have to multiply before you add or subtract. So since I'm eventually going to subtract my numerators, I want to multiply that out first, since that's my first step. So x times x plus 1, when I multiply those together, that's going to give me x squared plus x when I distribute that x into both of my terms. Same thing with my second fraction. Excuse me. I have the x plus 2, the x plus 1. I'm missing the x plus 3. So I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by x plus 3. So up here in red, again, the numerator is what I multiply out. So I'm going to multiply out 2 times x plus 3. And so 2 times x plus 3 is going to give me 2x plus 6 when I multiply that out. Make sure you do that. That's the one step that tends to get forgotten, is make sure that when you're building those fractions that you multiply those numerators together. When I say multiply them together, again, multiply by what you're missing. So multiply x times x plus 1, multiply 2 times x plus 3. You want to multiply the top out because you're going to have to add and subtract here in just a second. Now I'm back to my old stuff. I have my common denominator. I have my denominator of x plus 3, x plus 2, x plus 1. And so now I want to do the operation that I need to do in the numerator, which in this case it tells me that I want to subtract. Be careful with subtraction. So this is going to be x squared plus x, and then I have a minus, and so that minus is going to get taken to both of my terms there. So that's going to become a minus 2x and a minus 6. You're distributing that negative 1 into both of your terms. Still just working on my numerator, so my denominators just keep writing that one down all along the way here. X plus 3, x plus 2, x plus 1. And when I combine like terms up top, I end up with an x squared, positive 1x, and negative 2x. That leaves me with negative 1x, or negative x, and then minus 6. So I did my steps. Go back up and make sure you're following me there. Factored my denominators. From there I got my LCM of x plus 3, x plus 2, x plus 1. So I took my first fraction, multiplied top and bottom by what I was missing, which is x plus 1. And I made sure that I multiplied those numerators together. I did x times x plus 1 and got x squared plus x. Same thing over there with the 2. I was missing the x plus 3, so I multiplied 2 times x plus 3. And then now that I had my common denominator, I just subtracted my numerators, combined like terms, made sure I distributed that negative in the 2x and the 6, And that left me with x squared minus x minus 6. And then as always, sometimes you can do this, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can. It just depends on the problem, so you got to check. So x plus 3, x plus 2, x plus 1 is my denominator. And I got to see if I can simplify this. So x squared minus x minus 6, I can factor that. I can factor that as x minus 3, x plus 2. Because I want to multiply to get negative 6, add to get negative 1. Negative 3 and positive 2 will do that for me. And then I can cancel my common factors, so I can cancel my x plus 2, cancel my x plus 2. And that leaves me with x minus 3 over x plus 3 times x plus 1 for my final answer. Simplified completely. But the steps never change. Get your LCM. Multiply each one of your fractions by what you're missing respectively. Make sure you multiply the numerators together, the denominator you've already built. After you multiply, then you can combine like terms up top, add or subtract like you need to, then reduce it. The steps never change no matter what the problem is. You have to go through the same process time after time after time. I hope those two examples that you can pause and take your time and go and look at will help you. And we'll do some more examples in class. And that's it.